For hundreds of years, the galaxy had one simple belief. Earth was weak. Among thousands of alien civilizations, humanity was known as a small and quiet species. They had no massive fleets around their planet. They had no giant weapon stations covering their skies. They had no powerful allies standing beside them. To the galaxy, Earth was just an old world at the edge of space, a planet that had forgotten war. Alien leaders often laughed when they talked about humans. They called humanity peaceful, slow, and harmless. They believed humans had become too comfortable after years of peace. But they did not know the truth. Far below the surface of Earth, hidden away from every alien scanner, something was waiting. Deep under the oceans, inside frozen mountains, and beneath abandoned human cities, ancient machines were sleeping. Machines that had not moved for hundreds of years. Machines that belonged to a time nobody remembered. The secret was protected by only a few humans. They knew that the old warships were not destroyed. They were only waiting for the right moment. That moment came when the largest alien armada in history entered human space. Thousands of alien battleships appeared near Earth's moon. Their size blocked the stars behind them. Their weapons were ready. Their soldiers believed victory was already certain. The alien commander sent a message across all human channels. Earth, your time is over. Surrender your planet. People across Earth watched the giant alien fleet in silence. Many expected fear. Many expected panic. But the human leaders did something strange. They did not beg. They did not attack. They only sent one short reply. Before you take Earth, make sure you understand what Earth is. The alien commander laughed. He believed it was just a desperate warning from a weak planet. But then something happened. Across Earth, old systems suddenly started waking up. Lights appeared under the oceans. Hidden doors opened inside mountains. Ancient engines began to roar after centuries of silence. And for the first time in hundreds of years, the galaxy heard a sound it thought was gone forever. The sound of human warships returning. The alien commander stared at the unknown ships appearing around Earth. At first, he thought it was a mistake. His scanners showed hundreds of vessels leaving the planet, but their designs made no sense. They were not new. They were not modern. They were ancient. The alien officers looked at the images in confusion. The ships were covered with old human symbols that had disappeared from history thousands of years ago. These ships should not exist, one alien officer whispered. The commander refused to believe it. Humanity was supposed to be a weak civilization, a species that had abandoned war. But now, an entire fleet was rising from the darkness. The largest ship moved forward. It was bigger than any human vessel the aliens had seen before. Its outer armor carried scars from battles that happened long before most alien nations were born. The ship had no bright colors, no celebration signals. Only one message appeared across space. Humanity remembers. The alien database searched for information about the ship. For several seconds, there was nothing. Then old records began appearing. Records that many civilizations wanted forgotten. Long ago, humanity was not a peaceful species. It was a survivor. When dangerous enemies attacked Earth centuries ago, humans built a fleet unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. The fleet fought wars that changed entire star systems. But after the final battle, humanity disappeared from galactic conflicts. The galaxy believed those ships were destroyed. They were wrong. The ancient human fleet had been hidden, waiting. The alien commander finally understood why Earth had no fear. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was holding back. Still, the alien commander believed numbers could win. His fleet had millions of ships. Earth had only a few thousand. He gave the order: destroy the human fleet before it grows stronger. Alien weapons charged across space. Thousands of missiles moved toward the ancient warships. But the human fleet did not move away. It moved forward, and as the first attack reached them, the forgotten warships activated a defense system that had not been seen for centuries. The galaxy watched in silence, because for the first time, the aliens realized they were not invading a weak planet. They had awakened a sleeping giant, The first attack from the alien armada reached Earth's ancient fleet. Millions of energy weapons crossed the darkness of space. The aliens expected explosions. They expected human ships to disappear within seconds. But nothing happened. The ancient warships remained in place. A massive blue shield appeared around them, blocking the attack completely. The alien commanders watched in shock. Their strongest weapons had failed. Impossible, one officer said. No civilization should have technology like this. But the truth was even more surprising. The human ships were not using new technology. They were using old technology. Technology created during the darkest days of human history. Inside the command center of the ancient flagship, Captain Vale looked at the enemy fleet approaching. He was one of the few humans who knew the truth about the forgotten warships. These ships were not built to conquer. They were built to survive. Thousands of years ago, humanity faced enemies that wanted to erase them from the galaxy. Earth had no choice. Humans built ships that could survive impossible battles. They created weapons that could fight against armies 10 times larger. Then, when the war ended, humanity made a decision. They hid the fleet. They chose peace. But now, the galaxy had forced them to return. The human fleet moved forward. Not quickly, not with anger, with control. Every human ship knew exactly where to move. Every weapon fired at the perfect moment. The alien fleet started losing ships one by one. The aliens had more numbers, but humanity had experience. They were fighting like a civilization that had survived 1,000 battles. The alien commander finally understood his mistake. Earth was not a forgotten world. Earth was a sleeping warrior. But before he could retreat, another signal appeared. A new alien fleet was entering the battlefield. This fleet was larger, stronger, more dangerous than anything humanity had faced before. The alien commander smiled again. He believed the first attack was only a test. Now, the real battle was beginning. But deep inside Earth's ancient fleet, another message appeared. A message that had been waiting for centuries. Final War Protocol activated, and every human warship began moving toward the enemy. The galaxy watched the battlefield in complete silence. Nobody expected what was happening. The alien armada that had entered human space with confidence was now struggling against a fleet that should have been nothing more than a forgotten memory. But the aliens were not finished. From the edge of the system, thousands of new ships appeared. This was not a normal fleet. It was the Imperial War Armada, the strongest force in the galaxy. For centuries, no civilization had survived a direct attack from them. The alien emperor believed this battle would end quickly. He looked at Earth and saw only one small planet. He did not see the history buried beneath it. He did not see the warriors who had returned. The Imperial fleet moved closer. Their weapons were bigger. Their ships were newer. Their numbers were impossible to count. The alien commander sent one final message. Humanity, your old ships cannot defeat the future. Inside the human flagship, Captain Vale looked at the message without emotion. He knew the aliens made the same mistake every enemy made before. They believed old meant weak. But humans knew something different. The oldest weapons often carried the strongest stories. Then Earth answered. Across the planet, hidden doors opened. Under oceans, inside mountains, beneath cities, more human warships began rising. Not hundreds, not thousands, millions. The galaxy watched as forgotten human fleets appeared from every corner of the solar system. Ships that had been hidden for generations. Ships that carried the names of heroes who had protected humanity long ago. The alien forces stopped moving. For the first time, fear appeared among their soldiers. The planet they came to conquer was not alone. It had been preparing. The human fleet formed a massive line between Earth and the alien armada. Captain Aaron sent one simple message. Earth does not seek war. A short pause followed. But Earth will never surrender. Then every ancient warship activated its main engines. The stars around Earth became bright with human power. And the galaxy finally learned the truth. Humanity was not waiting to be saved. Humanity was waiting to wake up. The space around Earth became a storm of fire and light. The Imperial War Armada attacked with everything it had. Thousands of alien ships moved forward together, covering the darkness like a moving wall. They believed their power was unstoppable. They believed humanity's old warships would fall. But the ancient human fleet did not break. It moved like a single living force. Every ship followed the same command. Every pilot knew their mission. The aliens quickly discovered something terrifying. The human fleet was not powerful because of its weapons. It was powerful because of its experience. For centuries, alien armies had fought using numbers and technology. Humanity fought using survival. Captain Aaron watched the battle from the flagship bridge. He saw young human pilots flying beside the ancient ships of their ancestors. For the first time in history, the old fleet and the new generation of humanity fought together. The aliens tried new attacks. They launched hidden weapons. They created traps. But every plan failed. The humans had already faced worse enemies before. The Imperial commander became angry. "How can a forgotten civilization stop us?" he shouted. No one answered, because even his own soldiers were starting to understand. They were not fighting a weak planet. They were fighting a civilization that had survived everything thrown against it. As the battle continued, the alien emperor arrived near the battlefield. His massive command ship was larger than any vessel ever built. He believed his presence alone would end the war. But when he looked at Earth's fleet, he noticed something strange. The human ships were not attacking with hatred. They were defending. They were protecting their home. The Emperor finally searched the old records himself. What he found changed everything. The ancient human fleet was never created to rule the galaxy. It was created to stop those who wanted to destroy it. And now, humanity had returned for the same reason. The Emperor looked at Earth in silence. For the first time, he understood the mistake his empire had made. They did not awaken a forgotten fleet. They awakened humanity's forgotten strength. But the final secret of the human warships was still hidden. A secret that could decide the future of the entire galaxy. The entire galaxy waited for the final battle. Everyone believed the war would end with the destruction of Earth. But nobody expected the truth that was about to be revealed. Inside the ancient human flagship, Captain Aaron Vale opened a sealed message from the first commanders of the Forgotten Fleet. The message was thousands of years old. It was created before humanity disappeared from the galaxy. The captain read the words carefully. These ships were never built to control others. They were built to protect those who could not protect themselves. Aaron finally understood. The ancient fleet was not a symbol of war. It was a symbol of humanity's promise. A promise that no enemy would ever again destroy innocent worlds. The alien emperor received the same message. For the first time, he saw humanity differently. The species he called weak had the power to destroy his empire. But they refused. They had the ability to take revenge. But they chose peace. The emperor looked at the battlefield around Earth. Millions of ships were damaged. Thousands of soldiers had fallen. The war had shown him something his empire had forgotten. True strength was not about destroying enemies. True strength was having power and choosing not to abuse it. The alien emperor finally sent a message. Humanity, why did you hide this power for so long? Captain Aaron looked at Earth through the bridge window. He remembered all the years humanity spent rebuilding, all the sacrifices, all the wars they wanted to forget. Then he answered, "Because we knew what would happen if the galaxy feared us." The Emperor remained silent. The message spread across every planet. The galaxy finally learned the truth. Earth was never a weak world. It was a world that chose kindness over conquest. The ancient human fleet slowly returned to its hidden locations. The war was over, but history had changed forever. From that day forward, every civilization remembered one rule. Never attack a silent planet, because sometimes the quietest worlds are the ones carrying the greatest power.